Hi friends, we are going to study about capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system that is characterized by the main principle of profit making. Here, the most important principle is maximization of profit. In capitalism, the ownership is in the hands of the private sector. Private sector includes both individuals as well as corporations, that is companies. So the private sector decides everything within capitalism. They also have ownership over the wealth as well as the means of production. The private sector, they decide the manner in which production will be done in an economy, what has to be produced and how it has to be produced. One of the main features in capitalism is that the capitalists, that is the owners, they own the wealth here. But they employ labor, humans, to do the production process. So the owners employ laborers to do the process of production. But the end product is actually accrued by the capitalist. The profit is accrued by the capitalist. Even though labor actually do the production, they are the main people who actually aid the production, the profit is actually taken away by the capitalist or the owners of wealth here. The factors of production, that is the assets that aid the production process, the machineries, the factories, the industries, land, money, banking capital, everything is held by the capitalist, that is the private owners. So this is the main principle of capitalism. In capitalist economy, there is very little or no regulation of the government or the state. So here government, state both refer to the same. The government won't play any role at all within the capitalist economy. Everything is decided by the markets here. The private players, the private owners, they decide the manner of production in a capitalist economy. This is in contrast to a socialist economy. For example, the erstwhile Soviet Union. In a socialist economy, the means of production and the wealth is held by the state, that is the government. So here private individuals won't own anything. Everything would be owned by the state. The state will decide what has to be produced, how it has to be produced. So socialist economies and capitalist economies are polar opposite. That is what we should understand. Most of the Western European countries are capitalist economies, or simply put, most of the developed superpowers right now, they belong to the capitalist economies. USA, UK, France, Germany, Japan, Australia, all these are capitalist economies. Within a capitalist economy, there are certain other features also. For example, there would be a banking system, there would be a stock market, there would be proper mechanism of exchange, there would be trade and transport facilities. So these are all additional characteristics observed in a capitalist system. Many of us wonder when capitalism started. Capitalism, in fact, is not a new feature. It dates ages back. In ancient time, man produced for its own needs. He hunted, he gathered food for his and his family's needs. The moment where man started producing surplus, capitalism started. Whenever surplus was produced, whenever man started selling this produce, capitalism started. So capitalism is not a new concept. In the ancient times, countries such as India, China, Persia, these countries, they did an organized form of capitalism. They traded in many commodities with other countries. So capitalism is not a new concept at all. In the modern age, capitalism as an organized system started in the 16th century, mainly due to the mercantilism. Mercantilism is a process wherein the Western merchants started exploring the entire world for new markets to sell their produce and to do trade between various countries. So this is the process that actually triggered modern day capitalism. So mercantilism triggered modern day capitalism. This naturally led to colonization of third world countries. For example, countries like Netherlands, that is Dutch, France and England, they went around the world and they conquered other countries. This included India also. So capitalism went hand in hand with mercantilism. Later, with industrial revolution, this fueled fire on capitalism. So industrial revolution, new technology aided the industrial production. So new products were made and a need was felt to market these products all around the world. So capitalism started developing after the industrial revolution. So industrial revolution actually fueled its own fire on capitalism. So this is how modern day capitalism started advancing throughout the world. As far as India is concerned, we are not a 100% capitalist country. We are in fact a mixed economy. In a mixed economy, there is coexistence of both public sector as well as private sector. Public sector is the government. In India, we have coexistence of both the sectors. The government, that is the state, has crucial sectors under its ownership. It also regulates the entire economy. So this is the nature of a mixed economy. We are not a 100% capitalist economy like America or UK. After LPG 1991, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization era, we actually saw a new form of new futures of capitalism creeping within the Indian economy. After the LPG era, the Indian economy was progressively opened to foreign countries for investment. It was also open to the private sector. Private sector was allowed into various crucial sectors of the economy as well. So after 1991 LPG era, in fact, capitalism started to grow in India. There is enhanced participation of the private sector within the Indian economy. This is what we should understand.